my loves. I wanted to come on here to show you a tip on, because I have varieties of ways I do stewed chicken. So right now what I'm doing, it's called sweating the chicken. I seasoned my chicken the night before. And what I'm doing now, I just have this on a medium low heat, and I'm letting the chicken now just sweat, parboil. It's sweating, so it's not cooking all the way. And what's going to happen is that you're going to have all these excess juices coming out. Okay. I'm going to show you a technique. You know, it might be a little bit more, but you know, it's not really that difficult of how you could start stewing and browning your chicken. So right now we're just sweating it, okay? And you're not gonna throw away these beautiful juices, because these juices have, of course, the flavor, and this is gonna be the base for your sauce, okay? And I'm gonna show you what you're gonna do after you finish sweating it. You're not cooking it all the way through, but you're just letting it cook halfway through. Well, not halfway, like a quarter way through, okay? And I'm gonna show you what to do next. And now our chicken has sweated, okay? And sweating is just, you don't need to add any water to this, because the chicken's gonna make its own juices. So what I'm doing right now, I'm just putting this chicken in a separate bowl. Now, some of y'all may want, but you know, I like to try different techniques, you know, because I have a few other techniques I like. Sometimes I'll just do a brown stew chicken or what have you, but this is another cute technique just to get things started, okay? So now we're just taking the chicken out, and we could put the sauce in something else, and we're gonna put a little bit of oil in here. And I'm going to show you what to do next. Okay, so now I got my juices and my chicken separate. Now this is good if you're going to prepare for Sunday dinner. You could do this the night before. So when Sunday you're getting ready to cook, you could have this at least partially prepared. We're gonna add some oil, okay? I'm gonna add some brown sugar. You could use white sugar as well. Okay, we're gonna let this get to like a nice dark amber color. You don't want it to get black, because then it's gonna be bitter and it's not gonna taste too cute. So if you're using white sugar, let it get to a beautiful amber, like a beautiful dark amber color, but not to the point where it's so black that it's going to taste bitter. And we're going to let this get to that point, and then we're going to add our chicken to add some color, and then we're going to continue with our stew. Now you're getting your sugar melted here, and now we're going to start browning it, okay? And to give it a beautiful color, okay? And by parboiling it, not only does it help speed up the process, but it gets you ahead of the game. And not only that, but it allows the flavors to really be penetrated into your chicken. Okay? So as you can see, I'm going to bring down this heat down just a little bit. Okay, now if you're using white sugar, of course, you would let it get, because this is already brown, so I know what kind of brownness I'm looking for. And this is like about 3 tablespoons of oil. So for every 3 tablespoons, you would use like a tablespoon of sugar. But because I'm making a lot of chicken here, I doubled my recipe, okay? So you could go according to your instincts, because cooking too is about the feel. And what this is going to do is caramelizing the chicken. This is a technique, you know, basically they skip the method where they do the parboiling in some Caribbean countries. But you know, I like to combine. I like to try different techniques, and we're going to caramelize. See, as you can see, it's starting to get caramelized. Getting there. Now you don't have to. I just like to show y'all different techniques I like to try. Okay. There you go. This is what we want. And we're going to start adding our chicken. And it's going to caramelize it. Okay. We're now doing the whole caramelizing that. Now the onions that you see is what I added with my seasoning. You know. Put everything in here. Okay. And while you're waiting on this, guys, if you want to add carrots, potatoes, or what have you, once you get this to start caramelizing, then you can start adding all that in, mix it, then you're going to add your broth, okay? Now, and then you can start having your brown stew chicken. But because I want it also to have a little bit more body, I'm going to add a little bit of tomato paste in this as well. But that's me. You don't have to do all this. This is just an idea. Some people might think it's too much work. It's really not. I don't think so. Okay? So we're going to let this caramelize. Now we're going to bring this up to a medium slightly high heat. Okay? And the good thing about this is, when some people are doing this, you notice that you want the chicken to start caramelizing, but then they'll start to boil. That's because it has all that moisture in it. So we kind of like drew out some of that moisture that we're going to put right back into it anyway. So it will now nicely caramelize. Okay? See that? This is a good way. Beautiful caramelization. See how that starts? And not only that, but it's not, no, don't worry, it's not going to make it sweet. But what it will do, it will balance it out nicely. Okay? Now, at this point, for those of y'all, I mean, I don't have any potatoes or anything. I don't have no potatoes. At this point, what you could do, because this chicken, I already marinated it with some fresh garlic anyway. So, of course, some of that garlic is already in here. But at this point, you can start cutting up your peppers. But I like to do a lot of that towards the end. When it's finished cooking, I turn off the oven. And then I layer it with the onions and the peppers. Because at that point, that's going to add. And you just cover it after it's finished cooking. And you just put that on top. And cover it and let all that ferment in there. All those fresh onions and peppers is going to add another layer of flavor, which is absolutely delicious. But at this point, you can start adding in your carrots, your potatoes, so you can get some of that caramelization as well. Okay? Now, because I want a richer sauce, you guys don't have to do this. I don't want to hear it. Don't come for me. This is me. I like to do different things. I'm going to add a little bit of tomato paste. Because I want my sauce to have a little, you know, just a little bit more richness to it and body. And I want to cook that tomato paste with it. You don't have to do that. You could just go straight to the brown stew. Okay? And at this point, you have your carrots and all that stuff in there. Look how beautiful that looks. I wasn't really going to record today, but I said let me just put, because I didn't feel like setting up no tripod and lights and I didn't feel like doing all that. Okay. A little bit more. See that beautiful richness? Look at that. Oh. Then that beautiful color. Look at that. And then we're going to cook that tomato in here a little bit for a few more minutes. And then I'm going to show you what else to do. Now, this is a great technique too if you want to make short ribs. Like you would do it to season it and then parboil. Now with the short ribs, you may have to add water if it doesn't have, you know, just until it gets tender. But you wouldn't throw away that broth. And then you would do the same technique and take some of that broth and you could add some red wine to it and whatever you're going to add to do this technique. To make, you know, look at that. And it's, you know, it's bringing out that balance of sweetness. And you don't... I just want to taste this piece. Okay? So good. But yes, you can do this with short ribs too. You know, do it just like this. But of course with the short ribs, it's going to cook it a little bit longer. You may have to add more water to that as well until it gets nice and tender. And do it the same process I'm doing here. Now guys, what I'm going to do is we cooked our tomato base in here. Alright. I'm going to add my broth. Okay. If you want to, that's all the garlic and the seasoning base and everything. That's why I didn't kill it with, you know, because some of that chicken had that garlic. I am going to add a little bit more water just to rinse it off that pot. Okay. Especially if you like gravy, because I love gravy. I love sauce. Okay. Look at that. Look at that. And we're going to cover this. You know, cover this, and I'm going to show you what to do next. Okay? And let that cook. And then we'll finish it off. Alright, my loves. So as you can see, the sauce is nice and rich. I'm just going to add some peas and carrots to it. Let that cook through. As you can see, I turned off the oven of the stove. And now I just added some sliced onion on top. Our sauce is nice and rich. Okay. We're going to nestle these onions in there. If you have peppers, add your peppers. That's going to add such a beautiful extra layer of flavor. Okay. And this is it, guys. After that, you cover it. Let it ferment for like 10, 15, 20 minutes. And you're going to test that extra layer of flavor. It saves time. It adds flavor. You know. Try this. And guys, please check out my other videos. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to press that notification bell so you could be notified of all my upcoming videos. Give me a like, guys. Let's press that like button so we could push this video out and let everybody know that Jackie's cooking. Okay? So my loves, check out all my other upcoming videos below. And I need you to do 3 things for me, and that is eat, love, and pray. Until next time.